Good afternoon, good afternoon. It's a little chilly, isn't it?
A bit.
It's getting that way. So how are you today?
Not bad.
Excellent, excellent. Let's have a look at our reflection and our bits and pieces.
Other side.
Oh, right. Yeah, it would help if it was on the right place. Cool. So, provisional plan was to plan driving around a quiet area. Oh no, that was last week's.
Yeah. You said reflection, didn't you?
If I'll just bend over, just hit me really hard on the back of the head. So you're happy with the feeling that you've not forgotten anything and it all came back naturally? It's surprising, isn't it? It's, you think you're going to, I won't remember anything.
I'm going to forget which pedal to push and everything.
So that's good. It's good, good, good. I'm happy with the feeling that you've not forgotten it. It all came back naturally. So score of 1 to 10, how do you rate your progress? 9. Pretty good. A score of 1 to 10, how was it? 10. Cool. What... Just to sort of do the bottom bits here, what would you like to do better or feel better about, or are you completely happy with how all that went?
I think I was fine last lesson.
Okay, cool.
So I was happy that I got straight back into it, sort of thing.
Sure. What would you say your favourite bit was?
Probably when that guy came out and I knew what to do, sort of thing, and I stopped.
Okay.
And slowed down, even though he stopped anyway.
Yeah.
The one that was really going really fast.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Well, it sort of shows that you're starting to get a feel for it all now, and you're able to take care of that stuff without having to think about the other stuff. And I think that's where it makes the difference. It's in the early stages of learning to drive, and everybody obviously progresses at a different rate. In the early stages, you're having to think about everything that you do, and that it kind of clutters your mind up a bit, really.
Yeah.
Once you get to the sort of levels that you're at now, you're not having to think about that stuff, so you can start to devote your attention to the other
wider
things.
world.
yeah, that's a great way of putting it, actually. So cool. So our plan today was to, or your plan today was to plan a route through to Wakefield, which I have to admit, I don't know very well, so I'm going to have to be guided by you in that regard. So it might mean me asking the odd question, which way we're going now, because I don't know.
I know it like back of my hand, Wakefield, because I went to college there, so I know bus routes and everything. And
so as long as you don't mind, I might be asking you extra questions to do. Where are we now and where are we going?
What are we doing here?
Absolutely. So have you done the quiz and the?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's have a little look at that. How did you find it?
Not too bad, I don't think. I think I might have missed one question out, I can't remember.
Oh, that's okay. I will find it easy now because you put a little marker in for the old fella. Splendid. Town and city centre driving.
I remember if I missed one out.
Let's have a look. That one's okay, that's cool. We don't have many of this kind of slip roads around here.
On right hand side.
Newcastle, where I'm from, there's one or two like that. So it's horses for courses, isn't it? Crowd road observation checks. Okay, cool. So that's change the lanes to the left. What would you do? Change the lanes to the right. Which order would you go in?
Changing to right. Obviously, you've got to look blind spot that side and that mirror to make sure there's nobody coming that way, and obviously see who's behind you and how close they are and stuff.
Would you do it in any particular order?
Probably check behind first.
Okay.
And then I'd check blind spot, check mirror, and then check blind spot again, and then move over.
Yeah, but I tend to, when I look at it a slightly different way because I'm a motorcyclist, or I used to be. So I'm always acutely aware that people are trying to kill me. We normally ask people to pair mirrors up, so if you're going to move to the right, check that one, then that one. I like to use all of them. Yeah. Because I want to know what's all around me. So the last mirror check I'll do is the one in the direction I'm going, but I'll go that one, that one, that one, and then move. I wouldn't do a blind spot check, which is a sort of a check behind it there, but I would do perhaps a shoulder check. Yeah. Just to make sure nobody's in this bit that you're about to move into. And it depends on circumstances as well, of course, because it's difficult for somebody to get into your blind spot while you're moving, but not impossible. Come on, submitted. Yep, cool. What would you do if there wasn't that sign, if it was just that one? When does it apply then, do you think?
All the time.
Yep, cool.
That's what I got confused with this one, and then I realised it said Saturday morning, and that's only Monday to Friday, so I was like, yeah, okay.
The clue's always on the sign, so good. But you've changed it, so that's fine. So, technically there's a solid white line at the edge of there, but outside of those hours, that white line doesn't exist.
Doesn't count, yeah.
Put the side of the road, cool. Yep, These are the sort of situations you're going to hit where it's your visibility's limited because you're surrounded by traffic, or the traffic's a bit faster moving. You've got to make decisions quicker. That's good. On a one-way street, you want to take the next road on the left. Yeah, it's that's a tricky one, and that is one that you do hit a lot. You know, you're driving up here. That bus is maybe being stopped here at the bus stop. You're turning left here. You start to slow down. He pulls away.
Yeah.
You quite right, just wait, let him get out of the way, and then...
Because if you're cutting in front of him, he might have set off, and you're cutting in front of him, and then you're going to cause an accident, aren't you? So.
Well, that's possible, and you could quite rightfully argue that it was probably his fault because he didn't look, but you're still in the accident, aren't you?
It still happened, doesn't it?
There's an awful lot about being a good driver means that you're making decisions for other people. So you just think, well, all right, he might do that, but I ain't got to get involved.
No.
And then you've always got your car on the road. Now then, any idea what the difference is here between the yellow box junction and the white box junction?
Is the white box sort of like at certain times?
No, it's an interesting one, and you know what? I only found this out recently. They've got to have authority from the council to paint one of those on the road.
Yeah.
But they don't for one of those.
Yeah.
But they mean exactly the same.
Right.
The same rules apply.
No parking, basically.
Keep
No
it
stopping.
Keep it clear. Yeah. But if you were coming up here and turning right,
you have to pause anyway, don't you?
Yeah. You can wait in the middle on the box if there's only the oncoming traffic stopping you.
Yeah.
But if you're stopped by any other reason, always keep it clear. Something else that people don't always realise as well, where would you wait if you were going to keep that box clear? So you're here and you're going up that way, and there's some traffic up here and you can't get out. Where would you wait?
Probably at the line.
Yeah, because then you're keeping this clear if it does change. It's all common sense, isn't it? So, all the correct answers, as per usual. Well done. So, city centre driving, what's different about what we're doing today, do you reckon?
Traffic's moving usually slower, but there's more of it.
How will that affect
Sides and in
us?
front and stuff, so you have to be more aware.
Yeah. So you might be surrounded by 100 cars.
We're all sort of moving together.
Or not,
Or not.
as the case may be. So it also brings up other things. If you're in two lanes and you're moving slowly and this lane's moving faster than the lane on the right, how would you cope with that? What do you reckon you do there? Because we're not allowed to overtake on the left, are we? Or are we?
Well, on the left. No, you're not supposed to, because it's called undertaking.
It is. Well, yeah, it's that's a nice phrase for an undertaking because people do die doing it. But if you're in a slow-moving line of traffic, it's okay to do that. But again, I would be being super careful, just in case.
To get into it and into a flow of traffic, and they're going faster than you are. So.
Anything else that might be an issue in flows of traffic like that? What else might cause you an issue?
Anybody was stepping out everywhere because they're crossing the road and not looking like they do in the shopping.
Well, we all do it, don't we? When you walk in between moving cars. Anything else that might cause you an issue?
Probably a lot more pedestrian crossings.
Yeah. And again, in the traffic thing as well, perhaps motorbikes coming up the middle.
Yeah, because they do that a lot, don't
They do. And they're allowed. So, which way are we going to go from here? I'll put myself in your hands here.
Up Castleford Road.
Okay.
And like literally straight on all the way.
Right.
There's the faster moving road further on, or the Heath Common area. And then there's some traffic lights and a few lanes to get into Wakefield Town Centre.
Okay. How much help do you need from me? Any? None? Some?
Probably some, when they
Okay.
get into a busier area.
Okay, well, how about if when we're getting up there, if I see something that might be an issue, I just ask you how you're dealing with it and chat about it then. Does that seem like a plan? And other than that, just let you experience it and see how we cope?
Yep. I was thinking of doing the one-way system, sort of going through the town centre, like round the bus station through the town centre, but then I was going to head out of the town centre to Cineworld
Right.
to park up and stop because you don't have to pay in there, whereas only car parking at the town centre you can't
Fair
just
enough.
sit and stop, you have to pay.
Okay.
So, plus it also gives a couple of extra roundabouts and lanes and stuff on that way. And
Okay.
it's not that far out, and it's easy to get home from the cinema than driving all the way through town centre as well.
Well, then I'll put myself in your hands and let you take us over there.
So.
Always remember as well, if you need help, shout up.
Yep.
Don't be scared to do that. When you're ready, get yourself comfy and we'll begin.
It's going to be a fun day today.
Well, it's going to be different, isn't it?
Just a bit.
Well, I think the key thing is, as you're experiencing all this, the new stuff all the time, there's no right and there's no wrong. It just is what it is, and then we can learn from it.
How do you miss the back window?
What do you reckon? Can you remember? It's ages ago now, isn't it?
Oh no, one of them's the front and one of them's the back.
Doesn't have a front one on this one.
Don't do that.
It's only that one with a square. If it's the front one,
It's got an arch, that's what I'm looking at there.
Yeah. So that's for the blowers, but that's the electric one. Mine has a heated windscreen, this one
Right.
doesn't. You just pop the button in and
Fancy little light and everything.
it is, isn't it lovely? Now it'll only stay on for a certain length of time, then turn itself off. Some older cars, they stay on all the time.
Right.
So if you end up with an older car yourself, always make sure you turn it back off.
Just to be awkward. You know what I'm not gonna like?
What's that?
Pulling out into that road.
Yeah?
All them stupid cars.
Well, if you need me to help, let me know. I did notice as I came in that they've parked quite nicely today and your view isn't as restricted as it would normally be.
God. I was watching a car pull out of it when I stood at the bus stop this morning going to Cass.
Even for experienced drivers, it's difficult.
And I was just thinking, oh my god, he's going to crash, because I didn't think he'd seen the car coming down.
It is a particularly awkward junction. Not because of the shape of the junction, but because of the way people park. Yeah. They restrict your view, but I did notice as I came in that it was quite clear. So it should make life a little easier for us.
Hopefully.
I haven't said that somebody's going to park there. But at least you can see this side.
I can see most of that side.
It's not too bad,
No.
but they weren't there when I came in.
Oh,
Well done. Getting a real feel for it now.
it creaks when it don't like you.
It
This
does.
car.
Yeah. It's getting old like me.
This one maybe?
So how was that?
A bit better than what I thought it were going to be.
Yeah.
Even though I summed it way.
So you're going to rate yourself 1 to 10 on that, where 1 was rubbish and 10 was excellent. How would you put yourself?
Probably about a 7. It wasn't too bad.
Good stuff. So we're going ahead of the lights, are we?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. What hazards do you see ahead?
Bicycle, pedestrians. Bicycle, the main one.
Well done. Think about which gear you need. And then once you've got the chance, get rid of him. Because he does look like he's wobbling a bit, doesn't he?
Just a bit.
So what do the lane markings tell you here?
You have to go left there.
Yeah, go. Well done, I could feel you were ready for him. So there you go, it's a part of the world I've never seen before.
Honestly.
Yeah. So what do the signs ahead tell you?
The road works.
Okay. Any idea what that means on the traffic lights?
They're at use.
Yep, well done.
I have no idea what they're doing here. I think they're just like putting them up just for fun to make it look like they're doing something down there.
Yeah. I tell you, I've got this theory that they've got nowhere to store the cones,
Yeah, probably not.
so they just leave them out at a random place and just keep moving them about. Saves paying for storage.
Yeah, storage is expensive.
an issue for us, do you think?
No, because it's not kicking out time yet.
Shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be. Depends if it's like a nursery style or
Yeah,
something.
well done. So what other clues have we got here?
Lollipop lady.
Yep. Does she have a lollipop in her hand?
No,
So it's not kicking out time.
she's on her way to work.
Yep. So, well spotted. So there's always clues, little things that can help you. So looking ahead, what do you
Another
say?
cyclist again. Sure, they're out to get me today.
So can you go into the hatched area in the middle, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. He's doing ever so well there.
No, better than that I would. Have a still above me.
Oh, let's see where we are. How was that?
Not bad, I should have come down here.
Okay. What difference might that have made to you?
Stop it jerking.
Yeah.
I think it turns into a 40 down here. Unless I've already missed the signs.
It already has, you're quite right.
Yes.
So I've got a vague idea about where I am, but it is just that.
I used to race Rick to college every morning. And then when I worked in Wakefield to work every morning as well. Obviously that bus.
So what potential hazards are there here?
Corners.
Anything else?
Speed cameras.
Yeah, no one else?
Horses.
That's good. So you eased back and slowed down there. What made you, what influenced your decision there?
Well, one because we were rolling quite fast,
Yeah.
so it was a steep hill. And then when I saw the horse, he was kind of coming out of the little white line, so he pushed another traffic further over anyway.
Well done. Yeah, the horse didn't look happy, did he?
No, we never do.
So you're quite right to put yourself in a position where you can deal with whatever might happen. We're always playing the what if game. Well, what if that horse does go blurk?
You're doing well today with your race,
Tell you what, I'm losing the power of speech. Berserk even. But if the horse had freaked and jumped out, then those cars are going to come this way.
Yeah.
And just out of interest, if a car did come shooting over that way, what might you be able to do about that?
Emergency stop.
Anything else you might do?
I think it depends how far they go, but maybe go on grass.
Yeah,
'Cause it's only grass virgin, it's not.
that's right. There's nothing hard to hit there, is there?
No.
Or perhaps even go that way.
Yeah. Depending on what it is, it's.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you've got the option, always go to hit something soft.
Yes.
So that's another game that we play when we're driving. So it helps journeys pass quicker sometimes as well. You just play the what if game. What if that happened? What would I do if that happened? You know, if a car coming this way loses control and he's skidding off that way, the safest place to go is that way.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to get tangled up.
Because if he could be there, he still would be.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to bully me today, these
There you go.
cyclists, aren't they?
Well, can't complain. You chose the route.
Oh, is it bus lane on
There you go.
I wonder about that side.
So where's the potential danger here, do you think?
For the bus coming down.
Okay.
I would move out away from him.
Yep. Well done. speed-wise, like, he was doing over 30. Bless him.
It's alright, not for a minute.
So I'm assuming at the end of here we'll go right.
Yes. That's where it gets a bit more complicated now. It's alright doing half of that on a roll then, won't we?
Well, you've got to just run down the hill with the engine brake and kind of holding you back, so. It's good. How's it going so far?
Not too bad. I don't like cyclists anymore.
We're going to start a vendetta against them.
Yeah. It's alright, my assistant at work, he cycles to work. And because his mum lives around Wakefield estate, he keeps saying when you're out, I'm going to jump in front of you on my bike. I'm like, I'm going to get you if you carry on.
Run you over.
Yeah, I'm going to run you over anyway, Daz.
I've got a bike. I use it going back and forth to my allotment. I was trying to kind of keep fit a bit, but I rode it to work a few times, but so close to getting killed on the way there, I just thought, you know what, I'm not doing that again.
No, it's not worth it, is it?
No. And there's a yellow box junction, just to illustrate that point.
It's where it gets confusing.
Okay. So you got to the left-hand lane,
Yeah.
given the choice. I think it's there's nothing wrong with you turning into the right-hand lane there and then coming in, but
Well, you have to go over anyway, don't you? Eventually it cuts it out, doesn't it? So,
so I've been on this road before,
yeah.
but only a couple of times.
I'm just staying right hand lane here.
Okay. I was
Otherwise you have to turn left.
just going to ask you. Well done. It's actually not quite so easy to spot that, is it? Because the
No.
road's so dirty. But you did, so that's the main thing. I mean, basically what they're doing is they're making all drivers do what good drivers have always done.
And left it
Making
that way
people
then.
being courteous.
Yeah. But making it a legal requirement instead.
Yeah. Good, you were ready for him if you did.
Yeah, I think he's
I
going to
could
try and get
feel
you
you
in front
just.
of me.
I could feel that you were aware of him. It's cool, so again, we're moving across. It might have been a quick check in the left-hand mirror just to.
Right, yeah. For anybody
Just
who's
in
coming
case.
down.
For anybody who's not doing what they should be doing. We don't trust anybody, basically. We do always assume that everybody else is trying to kill you.
But also the buggers.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll be right. So where are we heading at this junction at the bottom? Because this is a bit of a complicated one, isn't it?
I know you want to go sort of either middle or right. 'Cause
Okay.
obviously if you go left hand lane, you end up turning left. That side of
Okay.
Woody Duck, and you don't want to do that.
So which one are we going to go for, middle or right?
It depends on signs. 'Cause I can't quite remember how it goes. Possibly right, because I think there's another left turn further up.
Okay. So are we going past because there's a Sainsbury's around and then left, isn't there? Is that where we're heading?
I think
Right,
so.
okay. Well, I'll be able to help you find the road markings then. So at the minute, I would stick with a left-hand lane for now. What does it say there? 69. You can use all of them. So M1 South, 61. What do you reckon?
I reckon we'll have to go into left
Okay.
soon. Right, so sorry.
What's your insurance say for? Have you got? Oh, I see, yeah, so you want the middle lane then. Good, well done. Oh, I see, so this lane just peels off, I get it. Okay. Yep, well done.
What am I doing?
always the danger, isn't it? Somebody thinking, oh, I'm in the wrong lane and leaping across. Well, so again, that's why I think it's always safer just to assume people are lunatics and they're going to do silly things. And then when they do, you're not surprised by it. Yeah, it's true. I love the space you're leaving around yourself as well. That's great.
Makes it a bit easier.
Well, you're not depending on other people getting it right then. And if they do get it wrong, you've got an escape route. Obviously in a hurry, isn't he?
Yeah.
So there's the potential for him to do daft things.
I don't know where that's coming from.
Sometimes they have a swoosher noise. I can hear the siren. All you can do is just keep your eyes peeled and then work out what you need to do once you've seen them. A lot of the time, the safest thing to do is to just go about your business the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
They're trained to get round you. But if you're stopped at a set of traffic lights or something, try and get out of the way.
Yeah.
They've now gone, so I don't know where they are now.
They're being done differently, but
It's down red a long time, Rose.
yeah, I thought that. I'm thinking the beep stopped for ages before then.
So where are we heading at the end of here?
I'm sure it's the left hand.
Okay.
I'm sure it is. I say that now, anyway.
Well, we'll find out when we get there, won't we? It's a bit exciting, isn't it?
If not, we're off to the bus station.
Okay.
I used to know it better when we
Yeah,
were
this
to
is
the
all new, isn't
station.
it?
It's all a big island now.
Well, we'll find our way through it, I'm sure. They spent a lot of money here, haven't they?
Mm. But the thing is, in like 20 years, it's going to look ridiculous. It's going to all be worn and faded and everything. It's going to cost too much of upkeep.
Couldn't really have stopped there, could
No,
they?
there wasn't enough time.
No.
And then somebody would have gone into back of me anyway.
Correct. So good call. So do you think you should signal? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can go left, but that's just a bus station. But you cannot go straight on. You're not allowed to. It's a bus route, and that's it.
Okay. So I imagine most of these car drivers probably know that, but so who are we signalling to currently, do you reckon?
Pedestrians and person behind us.
Yep. Because they might not be from here.
Yeah.
They might not know the place like me.
Not have a clue where you're going.
Well, I have to confess, I don't know where we are.
You never been to Wakefield Town Centre before?
No. Well, one shop I was just going to Leeds on the train. I've led such a sheltered life, you know.
I know. I don't mind Leeds. It's just too expensive sometimes, and it's not all together. You have to walk a bit to some of it. Whereas in Wakefield, it's all around within walking distance for everything. You could even walk to the cinema, and it'll only take you 10 minutes, and that's over into town.
Yeah, it does seem quite compact. Think about which gear I might need. There you go. Some interesting road layouts here.
Oh, it's bonkers. Right, if we're going straight on, do we need left lane or right one?
What are the markings telling you? I would always go left if you've got a choice.
This is right, though, doesn't it?
So are you going that way or ahead?
Straight on.
Oh, yeah, this lane then. Well done. Like the mirror checks before you change too. Good stuff. Part of the problem not knowing where I'm going.
Sorry about this one, isn't it?
You haven't really had an opportunity. You might get one, but it's just a case of keeping your eyes moving. There's not a lot you can do.
Or when these guys go.
Well, he's going to shield you, isn't he?
Yeah.
But it's probably going to be a vehicle coming this way or that way that's going to give you the opportunity. I think you were right to wait there. That wasn't quite a clear-cut opportunity, was it?
Oh, geez, just...
So one of these coming this way might give you a break, or one of these ones coming this way. But if in doubt, don't pull out.
It's ridiculous.
That green car might give you the opportunity to go. There you go.
There we go.
There's not a lot you can do until you get the right size gap.
Oh, ridiculous. I'm not doing that roundabout again.
How do you think you managed it?
Not too bad, it's just... Once they start coming from one direction, they start coming from another, don't they?
They do. It's a case of just catching it, timing it right. But whether you wanted him to come or not, he was gone, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's why I stopped a bit short, because I thought,
Well, it's nice to be nice though, isn't it?
yeah.
You probably made his day now. Think,
I
oh.
thought it's going to be rude pushing anyway, so...
How was that? The last roundabout.
Not too bad, but ran a little bit fast.
Yeah, a little. We hassled him off it a bit, didn't we? Oh, I see, okay.
We'll just watch out for Mr.
Well, what do you reckon here? Well, he's looked over his shoulder, so I would probably take the opportunity if you get it to get past him. But if there wasn't enough room, I'd maybe be thinking about holding back, because he looks like he's going straight ahead rather than turning off here. But I can feel that you're ready for him,
Yeah.
which is good.
I want to give him a bit of a wide berth.
Yeah. Well, again, it's for the same reason, isn't it? You're keeping yourself out of trouble.
My boyfriend's coming here tonight.
All right.
We get him for free. And we go with his friends who've got unlimited cards. And it'll be Wednesdays.
He's not going to wait for you, is he?
No, not really.
I'll let you choose a spot.
Oh, Joyce, we'll go to a bit of an
Okay.
empty area.
Boom, 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 boom. You can drive in, reversing, do whatever you wish. Not messing about with these speed humps, are they?
No, they like to hurt you. I shall have a go at reversing it,
Right, here you go.
just for the fun of it. Might help if I could actually see where it was going. I think we're alright, I think.
Have a look.
Oh yeah, we're not too bad.
All right, well, we're in.
We're in.
Can people park either side of us?
I think so, yeah.
If there was a car there, could you get out?
Yeah.
I think you're pretty good. And relax. So how was that?
Not bad.
Okay.
It's a little bit scarier than normal driving, but I don't know, I think you've got more space to move, because when you go on little estates, there's parked cars everywhere, and it's usually a one little track for both cars to go both ways.
Okay.
And
Okay. So, how do you feel your plan went?
fine.
Yeah.
I got to where I was aiming, to
Yeah.
the Wild. Went
The,
through a town centre, right route.
Dealt with quite a bit of stuff on the way as well. The
Cyclists.
yeah, you seem to be a lot of them around.
They're out to get me.
But it's nice that you're dealing with what's around, and as we're going round the town centre, as I'm spotting the hazard, or something I think might be a hazard, I can feel you reacting to it.
Yeah.
So you've spotted it too, which is, I have to admit, it's a little. It's not something I would normally do. In my previous life as an instructor, I've been an instructor now for, this is my 25th year. I would have never done that before. Just let you plan the route, take me places I don't know where I am. That's properly outside of my comfort zone.
Well done, you.
But I've actually enjoyed it, and I think the reason I've enjoyed it is because I've watched you just put your plan into action, and you've dealt with a lot of really complicated stuff, and I don't think it matters if you know the area or you don't. You look at some of the things that
I know
were
that
going
route off
on.
by heart because every time we come to the cinema, we normally go for a meal first. So we go through town centre, park up behind bus station at car park because that's the cheapest one, go for a meal, and then drive off, and then go around the one-way route past Argos down here to get to cinema. So I know I'm the one that directs him, because he's not very good with directions. He gets lost quite easily in bearings and stuff like that.
Right.
Whereas I'm good at map reading and I know where I'm going most of the time or where I've come from.
So what makes the difference between navigating it and driving it?
Probably that when you navigate, you don't really have to. You just say you want to go straight on at this one and then just relax for 10 minutes. Whereas he's like looking for everybody, trying to get out, trying to put that roundabout and stuff, trying to pull out all the time.
So how do you think you dealt with the differences between navigating and driving?
Quite well, because it's a lot more difficult to drive it rather than just navigate it.
Yeah. It's it might make you navigate a bit differently now. Do you think? Think give him a bit more time. This is a good turn left here. What?
Yeah.
Drivers tend to be bad navigators. I don't know why that is. It's just the way that it is. How do you think your parallel park was when you got here?
Not bad.
You'd be happy to walk away from the car and leave it like this,
Yeah.
and not be ashamed of it.
No.
You have a look around.
It won't look like it's abandoned.
No. So, but that's good. So, is there anything you would have, working your way through the journey? Is there anything you would do different?
Make sure I get it right lane early, like coming down here, I go it right lane, I should have been at left, so when I come out roundabout I should have gone straight into left lane.
Okay.
Whereas I went it right, then I had to check to move over, sort of thing.
But did you check properly before you moved over?
Yeah.
Were you safe?
Yeah.
What would you have done if you couldn't get over?
Just gone roundabout and then gone that way.
Yeah. But you do see people sometimes that hit the brakes and start doing where the sense would just go the roundabout and go around it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that gets you in quicker anyway. Well, I shouldn't say that. So, anything else?
I don't think so. Because my speed was generally alright, apart from not the first roundabout, but the one after it. I went a little bit faster on that.
Okay. Did you manage it all right?
I think I was alright until pulling off it, because I didn't get in left lane early enough to pull off the roundabout.
Okay.
So I kind of had to check to make sure there were nobody there before I cut across and jumped out.
So it's...
But I got round it and I didn't kill anybody, if that's what you're asking. So
And nobody's cried yet.
no.
So,
Job well done.
but it's right though. So I mean, you realise for yourself that you came in the last roundabout a bit quick, but you realised actually while you were doing it and thought, ooh, and you just backed off a little bit. So, driving home, which way are we going? Not that would make any difference to me. I'm going to know. Do we have a plan for how we're going to go
Back
back?
sort of the same route.
Okay.
You have to go, I think it's out of that way, and then you turn right and it takes you straight across rather than going back through town centre. So if you go left at the roundabout there, straight on, turn right under bridge, and then it takes you back out so you can go down the main road out Wakefield.
Well, I'll leave myself in your hands. Off you go when you're ready.
Oh dear.
So what are you looking for from the drive home, if anything?
I don't know, just to keep not killing people.
That's not a bad plan. It's a good starting point. Today I'd like to not kill anybody. We can live with that.
I'm going to be naughty and go across here. I'm not going that way around.
Okay.
There's nobody about.
Well, I was just going to say, you've checked around, so... It's troublesome when the sun's low in the sky like that, isn't it?
I can't believe I still couldn't see it line until I jacked my seat up a bit. I'm like, I'm not that short, am I? Must be.
Well, you don't have to be sitting much higher to get a clearer view, so it's... If you ever come to drive things like vans, it's so much easier to drive because you're sat so high up, you can see so much clearer. And then buses and wagons beyond that, it's just...
My friend's just become a bus driver. He's doing his 10 weeks training.
I used to be a bus driver many years ago in a former life.
In past life.
You just get loads of abuse.
Yeah.
That had to stop, otherwise I'd end up smacking somebody's face off.
Yeah. I couldn't be a bus driver, I ended up killing somebody. I crashed a bus on purpose just because they'd annoyed me. Thinking there's 2 lanes, which should be alright.
Should be, but he might have changed his mind. What would we do then?
Stop.
So I think in those circumstances, if I might offer a piece of advice there, I think it's best make sure he's out of the way before you go.
Yeah.
Even though he's in the other lane, because he might be able to do a tick. You don't know, do you?
No.
Could be axe murderer,
Yeah.
for all we know.
Some crazy man that's on a vendetta.
Yeah. A crazy man on a vendetta. I'll use that if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's
In
fine.
the future. Crazy man on a vendetta. Could be though, couldn't he?
Maybe. You never know.
Is this taking us to that roundabout from a different angle? It is, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my bearings. Oh, that's right, okay.
You just go straight on now.
Yeah.
So this should be fun.
Well, this is where most of the traffic was coming from, so we might be alright this time. But again, all you've got to do is wait for the right size gap. Or somebody perhaps present you with an opportunity. So have a think about your gear. So what we need is somebody coming here and going straight on to block the traffic in. What about this red car? Where do you think he's going? Is he going to hold him in, do you think? Well done.
Use them to shield me.
Still best to be sure though, because if something heavy hit him, it could knock him into you.
Yeah.
So there's some lane markings further up. I don't know which one we need. Do we need the right-hand lane?
Thinking that, I'm not sure. I think this one might peel off.
Okay, let's have a look. So if you give the signal early, somebody might let you in. They might not as well, of course. What do you think? Does he let you in? Yes. Thank you. That was nice of them.
It was.
Sometimes they won't let you in. That's all you can do. Just find a different way.
Yeah. Just go around.
Oh, they're the other lane. Just got me eye on some blue lights.
Oh, it's starting to move. There's just too many traffic lights in town centres.
It's quite a busy place, isn't it?
Yeah. I should have gone round Pontefract, shouldn't I? It would have been a lot easier.
Yeah, but it's all extra stuff, isn't it? It's all a learning experience.
Yeah. Where do they normally take you around town centres on your driving test? Or would they like to take
Oh,
you?
you'd be in Pontefract.
Ponty.
You'll not be over here. This is too far out. So basically the areas we've been practicing on, you'll be up Wakefield around that way and up into the town centre. There's enough in Pontefract to give them what they need. So let's head out towards Ferry Bridge. I mean, there's more learning to do with the learning test routes, but we will give you an idea about the sort of areas.
Oh, they're over there.
Good, well done. So if they're coming this way, what might you been able to do there?
Moving to other lane or depending which way they were going.
Yeah.
I'll hold off a minute.
Yeah, brilliant.
I think you have to go in the ahead one, because I think the right one, I think it peels off to right,
Okay, fair enough.
as far as I know.
I'll trust your judgment on that. Let's see what we get when we get there.
Yeah.
If we need to change lanes or we need to go a different way, then that's just what
We'll
we'll
have to
have
have
to
a
do.
go. Well, this is the one my boyfriend normally goes in, because that one says ahead only,
Okay.
but
Yeah, 61, that's not the way we're going, is it?
no.
So it'll start getting a little busier now because it's almost kicking out time at school, isn't it? So
Yeah.
all these people will be on the school run.
Perfect time to go home. Back to my arts and crafts morning.
Oh, that was
And
splendid.
sticking, gluing, sparkly things and paper together. My design folder. I really hate being arty, I really do. It's horrible.
Nice to be arty. You're more passionate about stuff.
Just at my dad's shop yesterday and his customers and stuff out like a 3-year-old. They sat there drawing butterflies and crayons and stuff on my folder. Because you told me to, to pretty it up a bit. I was like, alright.
So the first light, couldn't really have stopped there, could you?
No.
What about the second lot?
I was thinking about it, but I'm thinking because we packed in so close.
Okay. As long as you've thought about it, that's the main thing.
Because in town centre you are quite close together, aren't you? And I was thinking that
The danger
I don't want anybody
of stopping
going
sharply, of
back.
course, as
Yeah.
you identified before, is somebody smacking in the back of you.
Especially when it's a big van like that, it's a bit scary.
Yeah. So there's a judgment call to be made, and I think as long as you're thinking about it, and you're considering it, and thinking, well, could I stop, could I not? You do have a little bit of a buffer on the other lights, but it's, I think Amber's stop if you can kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you're quite right that in busier traffic like this, the vehicle behind you is going to be close.
Yeah.
It's interesting that nobody's using the bus lane. Because it's not a bus lane just yet, is it?
No, but normally there's cars parked further down, outside takeaways.
Bit of local
And
knowledge.
then you have to get into this lane then, because even buses find it hard. Because outside the takeaways there's always a car park normally.
Right. I wonder, because it's unusual for people not to use it when it's not on a bus lane.
Yeah.
So I see. Do they not get done for parking in the bus lane?
I have no idea. But normally there's always a car.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
But normally there's quite a few, and the bus has to try and push its way out.
Well, I suppose technically it's not a bus lane at the minute, is it? So they're allowed to. So even the rules on parking would change here, depending on the time of day.
Yeah.
Nicely done. How would you say clutch float? Clutch, yeah. I lost the power of speech again. How would you say your clutch control had been today?
Fine. I nearly lost it pulling out at home, but I
You did well, didn't you?
catch it.
You did. And there was a time when we were in a, I can't remember, we were in a traffic queue somewhere. It felt like it might have been about as tall, you just adjusted, which is getting a feel for it now, which is great. There comes a point for everybody, where everything starts getting easy.
Yeah.
And the reason that it's getting easy is because you're not thinking about it anymore. It just becomes kind of automatic.
an old car that don't beep at you, and then I'll be alright.
It's supposed to indicate that you've put the handbrake on before you stop, but I think that the sensor might be getting a bit, because it's beeping when it shouldn't, I think. So as we're coming over the brow of the hill there, you took a wider position, which is interesting. What made you do that?
That cyclist.
Okay.
I don't like him.
That's good. It was a good call. So I'll be very interested to read your reflection following today's lesson. What's your initial thoughts?
Fine. I liked it. Probably because I knew where I was going at all times.
Hmm?
Whereas when I'm with you, you just sort of direct me a bit at a time, and I don't really know where I am or where I'm going, really.
Right. Okay. So did that make you feel maybe more in control of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just kind of trying to understand in your own head the differences.
Yeah.
Nice out here, isn't it?
Yeah. There's some really nice houses that I like over there. But they're way too expensive for my budget.
So which way are you planning on taking us home? So I suppose it's the way we
You
came.
could go through Nami Town Centre if you want.
Good.
Oh, no, I think Road might be closed.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just go normal way.
I suppose you could go the way we came out, or we could go the other way with the roundabouts.
Yeah? Yeah.
What do you reckon?
We'll go roundabout way just to make it fun. Otherwise it's all straight in it. I think it's boring then.
Well, yeah, I just thought, well, you've done the stuff that came out that way, let's look at this way. Just a suggestion, you don't have to. That's quite a narrow cycle lane, that, isn't it? What problems do you think that might create?
I'm wobbling all the time.
Yeah. It's been put in as an afterthought, hasn't it? Really?
Oh, the road's really wide here. What can we do with it? Oh, let's stick a cycle lane in. That's not really like it here.
It's not so bad if you're carrying a bit of momentum in.
Yeah. My boyfriend sometimes on motorways, foot's flat to the floor and he can't get the speed up in his car. Drives me insane.
Ah, well, that's the thing with small cars, isn't it? It's, I mean, mine's a small car, but mine has a diesel engine, so it's got a bit more grunt, if you like.
Yeah.
A little bit more low-down power. Well done. You were ready for it. So how would you say you've reacted to potential hazards today?
Not bad, done well, I think. For silly people.
It was quite late before you could kind of make your decision there, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I'm not sure if that white van was going to come up, or not the white van, the other one.
What did his position suggest he was going to do?
Come all the way around.
So if you're going to do it again, what would you do different, if anything?
Are you going to first instead of second because I didn't quite get slow enough for first.
Okay.
Then it wouldn't have struggled as much pulling out.
There you go. But yes, it was difficult because his position said he was coming this way.
Yeah.
So I think you were right to just hang back until you were sure. Good call.
Right, it's 50 on this one.
Won't be long before we start seeing little green shoots on the trees. It'll be spring. I'm not a fan of winter.
No, it's not pretty, is it? Although I don't reckon this year I'm going to do out in garden. That'll be strawberries in my rhubarb because I won't have time to do what else.
Somebody to come past you in case they're daft enough to do it. That was that.
Right.
Again, roundabouts aren't the sort of place you should be overtaken, but people do.
Yeah.
So was that one in relation to the one before?
Better. A lot smoother.
Felt very relaxed, very in control, which is good. Which is what give you the smoothness, really. A little warm, isn't it? Something got warm.
You can't play anything about that now, but you get outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Boom.
It's cold. I just laid a whinge.
I
That's it. How did all that work for you?
That was a lot better with a little side lane
What made it better, do you think?
because there's like a designated space for you to go straight into the next lane. You weren't quiet on the roundabout properly.
That's a lovely position.
I remembered what you said last week.
And as you can see, look, he's forced his way through. Because they just do. But also, how much of a contributory factor do you think your speed was on the approach to that roundabout?
Yeah,
In terms of being successful, yeah. You worked out what was happening and you arrived where the gap was. So again, you see, he's coming across that way, much better off just hanging back just that little bit more. Always assume he's going to do something stupid.
Yeah.
Some of the time he'd be right. But you see people doing that all the time because the cars are that, just go out. And then on that, one time out of 1,000, the car in the right-hand lane goes bang. mention the town centre stuff you've done today. I don't think Pontefract's going to throw up too many troubles for you.
I hope not. And just remember when you go with these speed bumps, it's all because of Johnny, one of my mates. They decided to get himself run over.
The problem is that, I mean, a good idea in principle, but you know, it seems like a good idea, but the only slow, sensible people do.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't the sensible person because he stepped out from behind the bus anyway, and that's why he got run over.
That wouldn't help.
If he'd been a bit more sensible, we wouldn't need him then, would we?
Well, there is that, or if the person driving the car had thought, oh, there's a bus there,
Yeah.
maybe it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there may be school kids getting off it.
Good point. Scared pigeon.
Just a little bit quick.
wide. No, reverse.
There you go.
That's the right one.
It's always nice to see people smile because they remember that, oh, I remember when I learned to drive. That was pulled down for parking there. So it's a horrendous place to park where you live, isn't it? Really
Yeah.
is difficult. There's just not the room.
No. Streets are too narrow and then everybody wants to park everywhere.
Well, the thing is that, I mean, when the houses were built, there wasn't that many cars around.
No, and everybody's got 2 each, or in our case we've got 3 because of my boyfriend.
Of course, yeah.
Van, car and another car.
So, I'm relaxed. How was that?
Fine.
Okay. So, the last junctions were coming in there. So we went a little bit wide. What do you think happened there?
It's the speed bumps, they always throw me off because you're obviously coming down faster at the other side, aren't you?
Okay.
And it always throws me off. Plus I was in 3rd gear, not 2nd, so...
Cool. There you go. You worked it out for yourself. The I mean, it's do your reflection just as before. But just your initial thoughts. What do you think? How did you think today went?
Well, I enjoyed it, so...
Okay. What was it about it you
It wasn't
enjoyed? do you
terrifying.
think? No.
Not really scared me that much, apart from that big roundabout, which I'm thinking, come on, I've got to get out of here, but there's no, you know, they're all coming too fast.
Well, did you do it at the right time? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think you could have gone earlier?
Possibly with one of the other cars when they set off. Not the first one because they just went silly,
Yeah,
but I think it was the second one.
Maybe.
But it's a case of whether they're going to put my foot down fast enough to get out, and I thought, nah, I'm just waiting until there's a bit more of a gap.
It would. I'm saying maybe because you would have had to really, and then there's the danger if it doesn't quite work. You know, if you'd gone for it and it had maybe stalled and you got a little bit out. But thinking about that, have you stalled today?
No.
Why not?
Caught myself, haven't I?
Yeah, every time. As not that it's been that many times, but so I think you're starting to really develop a feel for that. And
I get in
also,
James's car and it will be the same because his clutch is horrible.
yeah, but it's you know, everybody reaches a point where things just start to go like that. And it's that point comes when you're just not thinking about it anymore. When we've talked about it in the early stages, when you're starting to drop into unconscious competence, where you're not thinking about it and it's just happening. If you had to think about catching it on the clutch, you'd never do it.
No.
You can't think that quick. So you're getting a feel for it, which is great. So have a think about what you want. Oh, we're out again tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah.
Have a think about what you want to do tomorrow. Do your reflection from today.
We
And
might
then
tackle dual carriageways tomorrow because they've always kind of scared me, the idea of playing out
Okay.
on a dual carriageway.
Well, we can do that. That's not an issue at all. And I've got a place where we can get on fairly easily and kind of build up to it.
Yeah, build up to scarier ones.
Yeah, sure. Because there are sometimes when the junction to come on, the slip road is short.
Yeah, there's
which
no,
means you've got to
no
like
run up, is there?
yeah, you've got
When
to
when
go
your car's
for it.
not a high-powered one.
Well, what do you think the difference would be in this car? What do you think you would need to do if it was a short slip road?
Would you stay in the lower gear and put more revs on?
You gun it, you rag it, basically.
Yeah, foot down, right down to the floor.
And you'd really be working it very, very hard in the lower gears. Possibly even at the point where it doesn't sound very comfortable, because that's the only way you can get that kind of speed up. So with a car like the one your mum's got, or mine, which is a diesel and got a lot more power, you just put your foot down and the speed just picks up.
Yeah.
This one, and cars with small engines, you've got to work them a bit harder. But I've got a place where we can get on with a nice long slip road, and we can gradually go for shorter and shorter and shorter ones. So yeah, we can do that. That's not a problem at all.
It's
So
60 down a dual carriageway, isn't it?
it's 70.
70.
Because this carriageway is
Is it the
split by a
national
national speed limit. That's
speed
right.
limit?
Because there's a central reservation separating the traffic, you can
Yeah.
go that a little bit quicker. But what you do tend to get, and the piece of road that we're going to use as well, it's dual carriageway, then it goes to single lane, then back to dual carriageway. So but the one sign covers the whole thing. It's 70. When it goes to single lane, it becomes 60, and then back to 70. So you've just got to recognise what it is, because it doesn't give you another sign telling you.
Yeah.
But that's great. Good stuff. Oh, make sure we give you the right book.
The ones the orange fits in.
That's the one. Well done. Excellent lesson. And I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And we'll go with a provisional plan of dual carriageways. But after you've done your reflection, we'll see what you want to do after that.
Yep.
Brilliant stuff.
Okie dokie.